Of course, email isn't just about the messages I send. It's also about the messages I receive, about reading them and then responding to them, or filing them away for reference or so that I can take action on them later. Because I have the reading pane visible, I can quickly review my incoming messages and process them by using the options available on the ribbon. Oh, here's a nifty new feature that some people haven't discovered yet. I can preview attachments without opening the message they're attached to, just by clicking the attachment in the reading pane, even if the attachment is a PowerPoint presentation. I always like anything that takes fewer clicks. In other words, with the reading pane turned on, I don't even have to open my messages to deal with them. For example, by skimming the text of this message in the reading pane, I realize that I don't need to keep it. So, I just click the Delete button on the ribbon, and the message is sent to deleted items. And here's a piece of mail that I know is junk, also sometimes called spam. I'll use the Junk button here to move this one to my junk email folder, and, simultaneously, to block this sender, and thus avoid receiving their messages in the future. Now this message is one that I do need to reply to. So, I click the Reply button, which is located here in the Respond group. You can see that Forward and Reply All are here too. I type my response, and then click Send. Earlier in this course, we mentioned the convenience of the Date Conversations arrangement. These two buttons, Clean Up and Ignore, will help me demonstrate just how convenient this arrangement can be. Clean Up frees up space in your inbox by deleting only from the inbox any message whose content is entirely duplicated in any later message in the same conversation that's also located in the inbox. Take this conversation, the long back and forth between Gwyneth and me about the 3 interns. Each of Gwyneth's messages, all of which are here in my inbox, includes all of the text of all of the earlier messages. That's a lot of duplication and a real waste of my inbox space. Note that my messages are actually in my Sent Items folder, so they won't be affected by the cleanup operation here in the inbox. All I have to do is select the conversation and then click the Cleanup button, and all of Gwyneth's messages are moved to the Deleted Items folder. All of them except the most recent one, which includes all of the material from all of the others. Nothing is lost in the process, except a lot of duplicated material. Note that if you want to, you can also change where the redundant messages are moved to. But now, here's the button that comes in really handy. Ignore. This conversation here is about a lunch that I already know I can't attend. So, I select the conversation and then click Ignore, and all of the messages in that conversation, including, and this is the great part, including any future messages in this same conversation, are or will be moved directly to the Deleted Items folder. I already know that I can't attend the lunch, and now I know that I won't have to deal with any further messages about it either. If you prefer to open your messages in order to read and respond to them, of course you can still do that. I'll double-click this message to open it. As you may have expected, the ribbon for a message that you're reading contains commands that will help you to respond or to take some other action. I want to move this message to the folder named Spring Conference, so I click the Move button, and then I click that folder in the list, and the message is moved to where I want it. If you like to keep your mail organized in folders, you'll want to know how to create those folders. In Outlook 2010, there's a tab on the ribbon to make that easier. Logically enough, it's called the Folder tab. To create a folder, I click the Folder tab, and then I click New Folder. I type a name for the folder, and then select a location for it. I'll click Inbox so that this folder will be located there, just one level down inside my inbox. To open any folder and see the folders that are located inside of it, I just click this little arrow next to the folder icon. And there it is, my new AdventureWorks folder right there in my folder list. There's one last thing I want to do with my AdventureWorks folder, and that's to add it to my favorites. I click the folder that I want to add, and then, on the Folders tab, I click Show in Favorites, and now AdventureWorks appears in my favorites, giving me easy access to any messages that I file there. Sometimes a message reminds me that I need to take action. For example, this message is a gentle reminder from my boss, Bruce, that I need to schedule a meeting with him. To do that, I select the message and then click Meeting here in the Respond group. A meeting request is created automatically. All I need to do is select a time that works for both of us. This Room Finder pane makes that easy by proposing times when Bruce and I are both available. I choose a likely day and click a suggested time, and my invitation is automatically updated. The Room Finder can also suggest available conference rooms, but since it'll be only the two of us, I think we'll fit in my office, so I'll type that in. And then click Send. And that's it. So as you can see, between the ribbon and new features like Ignore and the very handy Meeting Reply feature, managing my email is faster and easier with Outlook 2010. Next up, printing from Outlook and setting Outlook options.